Okay. All right. Hey guys. Hey. It is Wednesday, and you guys know that is all about the dating diaries. I'm sorry. I was looking at my computer. As you guys can see, I am in LA, so I am not in Atlanta. I am not in my home studio. I am in LA. But let me go ahead and bring in Scorpio Mo because he is holding it down in Atlanta as always.
What up? What up, world? What up?
With the red cup in hand.
Absolutely.
What you got in that cup?
I got a little bit of crown apple and grape juice.
Oh, oh, we're feeling good on a hump day.
Yeah. It's a lot more grape juice though. I ain't go too heavy.
Oh man, how's your week been so far?
Um, cool. No complaints. Just waiting for it to get over, but you know how it go. It's all
Okay.
good. How are you? My fact, when'd you get to Cali?
I got here day before yesterday.
Okay, how's your flight?
You know what? They put me in the middle seat. I don't like the middle seat, but I watched the whole series and got some sleep. But I don't, you know how in the middle seat you can't really get into a good sleep because you don't want to lean over on anybody.
This is true. Oh, you watched the whole series on your laptop, or they showed the whole series on the plane?
On the thing. It was like a whole series on the. I mean, just it's like you could watch old TV shows and you could watch the whole season, the whole season.
What? Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay. Didn't
yeah.
know. What
Yep.
up, stuff?
What's up, C Dub? So yeah, I am here.
Indeed.
I'm gonna apologize to you guys in advance. I am out here working and I have not eaten. So I'm gonna have to run downstairs and get my food because I am in a hotel that does not allow the delivery people to come up to your door, which is again really inconvenient. It's just been a lot of inconvenience. The middle seat, the fact that I have to go down and get my stuff from the door. Oh, this is the first time. Welcome, Valerie. This is Valerie's first time listening live.
Hello, Valerie.
Hello, Valerie. And welcome to the live audience as opposed to the replay audience.
Yeah, matter of fact, you had a show yesterday.
I did have a show yesterday.
How was that?
That was good. The show, I hope you guys had a chance to watch. The show yesterday, we have the newest members on Married to Medicine.
There you go.
And they were really actually, you know how you can be kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these new people because they bring a lot of weird, they have a lot of weird things happening. But I actually like Mimi Sanders and her husband Steven. Mimi is a psychiatrist and Steven is a former football player. So
Okay.
they definitely fit the reality TV aesthetic and they are but I actually enjoyed them. They had good conversation, really good conversation. Definitely looking forward to see what they bring to the Married to Medicine audience. But I think it's at least I think if you have a psychiatrist on board, it can't be bad. That can't be bad. Why you say that?
They might be able to, if you bring them out of character.
A psychiatrist? They know how they know everything you're doing before you do it.
Yeah, but
I think they can read you before you do it.
I don't know. It's been doctors that been pulled out of there.
It has, but not mental health doctors though.
Okay. I mean, I hope it don't happen. I'm just
I
saying.
hope so. I hope so. Well, you know what? Hold on. My food is here. I'm going to let you talk to the people and
Yes.
I'm going to run and get my salmon wrap and my hummus so that I can nourish myself just a little bit.
Got you.
Are you guys okay with that? I'll be right back. I'm going to run downstairs and I shall be back. So
I just have a few dating, since this is the dating diaries. I just have
yes.
dating questions for the people, men and women. And we're going to do polls in between while you're going to come back. I just want to get an idea of some things.
That sounds good. And when I come back, I am going to share we got to talk a little bit about last week because there was a lot happening. Right. But we have one more. There were 3 dates. I have some intel on the third date. And so I'm going to share that when I come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. All right.
Isn't Greg a psychiatrist? Okay, cool. All right, people. Let's get into it. What up, everybody? Listen, since this is the dating diaries, right? I have a question. I actually have a couple, and I just want to see where everyone's at with it as far as this dating thing and because I'm taking that everybody's in different parts of the countries and some people in other countries, right? Um, my thing is, and I want to do a poll, like between men and women. How many women would actually approach a man? I'm talking about not necessarily like in passing, like in a grocery store or something, but let's say this person is a coworker. This is someone you see on a consistent basis. Say you live in a high rise, it's possibly the doorman, somebody like that. How many women would actually approach a man? If we can get a 1 for the women that would approach and a 2 for the women that would not approach. Because I'm curious. I'm starting to hear more and more women. What's half and half? I'm starting to see some women now saying they would approach. And it was just interesting to see like what they would say. I've been approached, and I'm sure, other guys on here, if there's any guys on here, will be approached. It says we have to reach an agreement on sassy female behaviors, man. What the hell? Where did that come from? Oh, so we got okay. D Brown says 2, so she wouldn't approach a man. But I'm curious to why you wouldn't approach a man. What would be the harm? Okay, Lisa says no. Yes, only if you get a vibe, not a cold call. Yeah, I mean, what would consist of the vibe? Like a look, or maybe this person, like I was saying, this person's at work, so they're trying not to, he can't maybe approach you, but you can approach him, or you can at least say something. Because when I understand, me and Crystal always have the debate on who chooses who, and my personal opinion is women choose men, and I think women, and what I mean by choose is it's not like saying you're with me or I'm approaching you. It's more of they give choosing signals. If they don't do a cold approach, they do choosing signals. It could be a look, a glare that's a little long. It could be trust me, I've had people that ask me very, very stupid questions, and I kind of get the idea because once they ask the question, they're kind of like staring in your eyes, and then you kind of get a vibe, right? So I just wanted to know what would be your hesitation on saying something to a man other than hello? What we got? How that person looks at me. Okay, Denise, it says PR envy. What do they want if? Well, my thing is this, like he might I know women like to men to approach, and for me I just think it puts the ball in the woman's corner and she can choose. Women, I hear they don't like rejection, and for some reason they think that men do. I don't know why, and truth be told, we're just used to it. We don't necessarily like it, but I only got like one. No, I got 2 1s in here, that's it. But I'm married. But if I wasn't, I would be okay. Cool. I mean, my thing is, do you put yourself in position to be approached? Do you look approachable? If you're out and about and you're a single woman, and let's say you're going through the mall or through the grocery store, you being on your phone constantly is not you being approachable. You know what I mean? And I understand some women do it on purpose, so they don't want guys to talk to them. But what if you are scaring or you're diverting the guys that actually do? What? I'm just saying. What do you do? So I'm just curious. Like I said, it's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious because I had someone ask me that today and was like, do I approach so on and so forth? So I was just curious to how many women, because they said they approach men. And I thought it was honestly refreshing. What? So I just think that if a woman gives a man a signal, a choosing signal, not necessarily a cold approach, then what's wrong with that? Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem saying, "Hey, I like you"? Sometimes it's as simple as, "You smell good. I like your shirt," and some guys get the hint. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I don't know if the woman's always being flirtatious or think approachable because of it. Men and women, children, everyone that I make icons. You know, but sometimes I confuse it as them just being nice. Exactly. I would hope. But I don't know if a woman's being nice. Like I got a friend that approaches women. I mean, he thinks the waitress likes him just because, you know, he says, well, you know, enjoy your meal, and he swears the waitress is on him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to ever state someone being nice or being, you know, that's their job is customer service. So I was just curious about that. Crystal's back.
Hey guys, I just want to make sure. So we have Troy Miles. We have a call.
There we go.
Right? We got Troy in the building. Let me go ahead and bring Troy. Troy,
What's up?
welcome to the Dating Diaries. I like this.
Oh, what up?
What's up? What's up, Mo?
Wait a minute.
What's
Troy,
up,
are you
Clint?
driving?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull over right now. I'm gonna
Troy,
pull
we don't
over.
want you to have an accident. We don't
I won't do that.
Ask him what is he driving?
I'll
Uh,
let you do that, Mo.
what am I driving, Mo? Come on, man. You know me, Mo. A Bentley GTC.
Okay, that's my favorite car, by the way.
Come on, man. You know I gotta represent. You know I gotta represent.
I know.
Come on, I'm hold it up a little high for you. You know, we got the convertible, man. It's
I
a
love
beautiful
it.
night. It's a beautiful night.
Here we go.
I had a little trouble getting on, so I apologize. I'm a little tardy. I
No.
apologize.
No, you're
We kind
fine.
of figured that.
You're fine, Troy.
You're perfectly fine. But Troy, so this is what it is, right?
What's up?
So we do on Wednesdays. This is the dating diaries.
Okay.
So we have the people come on. They either give us a dating disaster, a dating dilemma, and we just added a new one. And Crystal, what is that?
This one is a dating deal breaker.
Ooh.
Deal breaker, because I think a lot of times I will give it to men. Men don't necessarily complain about women as much as women complain, at least not publicly, as much as women complain about men. But we do think that there are certain things that men just basically will check a woman off the list without even telling her. So we need to know what you guys' deal breakers are in dating. So if we go out with you and then the next thing you know, we don't hear back from you and you didn't tell us what's wrong, but you tell your friends. So we need to know, what are those deal breakers that you have when it comes to dating women?
Wow, a deal breaker for me out of the gate is tone. It's definitely tone. I can't deal with a disrespectful person. Disrespecting people while we're out, just not respectful. That to me is a deal breaker. Someone that is bossy, just overall tone and how people, you know, how you talk to me, how you talk to others. Respect is key for me. I'm respecting you. Please respect me. We should always be able to talk in a proper tone. I hear that from a lot of men, that that's one of the biggest issues in dating is how is the delivery. And some women, and I've heard this before, they say, well, you know, I get a little passionate, I get a little upset. And when I get passionate, I get upset. This is how I sound. But I don't know if you know this or not, but for a man, they completely shut down. And you're not going to get anything out of them that's healthy when they go to that level. So I do not recommend anyone going to that level. Please have a decent conversation. Let's talk, be respectful. But that's a deal breaker for me. Not even talking to me a certain way, not just me, but others while we're out. The waiter, the people that we're interacting with, just in general. I watch all of that. How are you treating your fellow man? It's not just me, it's just everyone. Because that's important.
I would say even bigger than you, because most people try to put their best foot forward. So she might be nice to you, but rude to customer service. And
she's a done deal.
And then eventually that will be you.
Oh, I'm next.
Right.
I'm next.
I have
I'm
a
definitely
question.
next.
Now, because we talked about this on the show before. A lot of times, men, if the woman is attractive, she could probably get away with a little bit more, right? So let me ask you this: if you go on a date, she's very attractive, body is banging, all that stuff, and she talks crazy to the waitress, are you still gonna try to hit, or are you gonna just leave it alone?
Keep it real.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real.
Please do.
9s and 10s are headaches. I'm being honest.
Here we go with this rating system, gentlemen.
I'm being real.
Our system
You brought that up.
it
You
alone.
said attractive. If she's okay, I won't do a rating system. I'll be kind. If she's extremely attractive,
Mhm,
I become, and I'm just being real.
mhm.
Sometimes I have a tendency to become a red flag collector. Instead of just removing myself from that situation because I know it's not healthy, I decided to start shopping at IKEA, where now I have to assemble my product. And that's the problem.
Oh,
I
that's
start to
hilarious.
I start to assemble when actually I should have that product delivered to me already assembled, sitting right in my driveway, ready to go. I start trying to put that project together, and I'm seeing it in my face because the person's attractive. But I know that always ends up, it doesn't end up well. It doesn't end up good when that happens.
Mm.
So are
It
you still
happens.
gonna hit?
Hmm?
So are we go back to the? So that's a yes or a no.
I'm saying, okay, I apologize for that. Do I hit? That's not even on. I think at this stage in my life, I'm looking past just sleeping with somebody just to be sleeping with somebody. I'm a grown man. I don't
Okay.
have time for that. To
Okay.
be looking, I don't look at a person for sex. I look at a person of how can we move forward and how can we grow, and how is it you are your potential partner or mate for me, because
Mhm,
sex is just what it is. Most times, honestly, it gets you in trouble if it's not right. So I
mhm.
don't see it me just putting another notch under my belt, because again, at this stage in my life, I don't want I don't want to have that mark on me. I just don't. And that's me as a man. I'm not
Right.
achieving anything that woman can look at me and be like, hey, you know, yeah, I tapped that. Nah, I don't want her having that over my head at this stage in my life. I come too far, and I don't
Okay.
want that. So I'm looking at a potential partner, and that's how I'm looking at her in that way, not just somebody to have sex with, because random sex is no longer for me. That's me. I'm not into it.
We have a guest, this PR Envy, that asks age and profession.
He wants to know
Uh,
your age and profession. Because you hear a man say that's no longer for me, we want to know when did he come to this understanding?
There you go.
well, I'm 53, and I'm the owner of the Miles Group. I'm in the insurance business, and I own one of the largest final expense agencies in the country.
Nice. Okay.
And I've done okay for myself as a result. So
He's
again, I can't look for random sex anymore. I have to look for somebody that is a good person, somebody that means well. Again, just hitting it and quitting it. I can't have that person in my space, because I do not want someone stealing my energy who don't deserve it. I can't give my energy to someone who doesn't deserve it.
That's interesting. You're 53, Mo is 53, and our last guy, Dave, was 53 as well. Um, what are you looking for in a woman? Like, what would for you being a man that is mature, that does have himself together, right? And is, at a mature point where he wants more than just random sex. What are you looking for, Troy? What would make a woman, what would you see in a woman that would make you say, you know what? Let me stop the interaction I'm having with everyone else. Let me settle down and focus on her.
Okay, I'm a simple guy, and I know what I'm about to say. People are going to go, "Is that it?" But this is it. I got three things, just three. One, I need her to be kind,
Okay.
loving, nurturing. I need to be kind, loving. This is all one: kind, loving, nurturing. And I want someone that's catering, because I'm a person that really like to treat my women well. I like
Mhm,
to take care of them. I like to look out for them. I don't hold back. I love being a man. That's important to me.
mhm.
I don't need a woman to go 50-50. I think that's corny. That's not me.
We
I need a
all.
woman that allows me to speak to her and talk to her and to guide her. And I need her to trust me so I can guide her. Because I want to put her in a position to win and I want her to level up. And I need her to trust me to do that. I need her to leave that baggage behind. Leave the baggage. I don't want it. That's all one group. Number two, keep my belly full. When I'm saying if I want a sandwich 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't want you sucking your teeth or giving me attitude, even though I doubt I've never would. But a woman that would do that for me is a person that I will go all out for. That she has that in her heart that I want to take care of my man. That's,
Okay.
that's the signal that I get. And number three, keep me empty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to use no. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if you want me to be just about you, which I will be,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have to ask or beg for anything. I want you to want me just as much as I want you. You keep me empty. Guess what? You got 100% of my attention. It won't be any other woman standing in the way of that. Those three things I'm happy about. Uh, Everything else we can work on together because everything else is there.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Okay.
women are liking it. Last name first asked, you mentioned you want to be able to guide her. Guide her where and to what? Like, what do you guys mean when you say that? Because we hear men say that a lot. What does that mean?
Well, when I say God, I need her to trust my judgment. I need her to trust that I'm not going to lead us off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm going to protect her heart and her mind. I'm going to fill her mind with information that's going to help her become a better person. That's my goal.
Oh.
I'm going to do that for us. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. I had some issues. My car was shutting off. So my goal is to definitely fill her, guide her, and give her everything that she possibly needs to be a better version of herself.
So does that come back for you also? I'm just wondering, because that sounds like an older man with a younger woman, right? So is that something that you prefer? Because if you meet a woman who's around your age, she probably has seen a lot. You guys could probably give both of each other a lot of information. But are you looking for someone that is really looking to you for like knowledge and stuff like that?
I definitely want my partner to be able to feed me as much as I feed her.
Okay.
I think that's important. I don't want a woman that just have to sit there and just listen to what I'm saying. I need how I built my company is with the help of others. Why would I not do that in a relationship?
I like that. I like
I mean, I use people's input and ideas in order for us to get to where we've gotten to today. So my partner, I know Michelle was feeding Barack information.
Absolutely.
And I think he's one of the greatest leaders that I've ever seen in my entire life. I know Coretta Scott King was feeding Martin information because pillow talk is important. So if you got a person that you're laying next to and giving you pillow talk that's healthy, come on, man, I can rule the world.
I like that.
Like it.
I like that. Right there.
I like it, Troy. So Troy, have you ever? Now let me ask you this: have you ever had the opportunity to do that? Because a lot of someone asked, like you mentioned, that we've heard the belly full, balls empty analogy before. What does that look like? How are you? What does that look like as far as your sexual appetite? Do you need somebody that's like at the door waiting to do every time you walk in the door? What, especially at 53, where are we at? Where are we at, Troy?
No, you know what? I think, sex for me doesn't even have to be about intercourse. Sex to me can be intimacy.
Okay.
Just us, hold on. What is it? Netflix and chilling. We don't have to chill. We can just Netflix. We can Netflix and nachos. I mean, just the intimacy of her paying attention to me, and whatever happens after that, hey, great, I'm cool. But I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a 22-year-old, horn chasing all types of skirts. I'm a grown man.
Right.
I mean, I don't need that. You know, what I need is somebody that's authentic, somebody that's real, somebody that's loving, someone that looks at me as you're my dude. And to me, that will fuel me. That will keep my balls in. Ooh, I mean, that will keep me
You,
empty.
you cool.
So,
You cool.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. My last question right now, probably have some more later, but have you been able to exercise this? Because a lot of times people will say, not
Great
just
question.
men, people will say, I can be monogamous, I can be faithful, I don't need much, but they've never gotten a chance to actually practice in real time.
yeah,
Have you actually had that? And how long ago was that, Troy?
I have had that. I got divorced in 2021, and with my second wife, um, she was amazing. I can't even, I can't knock her at all. I have to look at myself and take responsibility for the mistakes that I made as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she kept my belly full. She kept, you know, she did what she had to do as a woman. I feel that I failed us by not communicating the way that I was supposed to, that I should have, when I was having a serious issue with our communication.
Okay.
And then I allowed, and I have to take responsibility for it. I allowed, because again, I'm not into yelling and screaming. And when that took place, I think it sent me into a place that wasn't healthy. And
Mm-hmm.
then what happens is you start to look elsewhere to be respected when I should have
Mhm.
fixed what the hell I had at home. And I didn't fix what I had at home. So I got to put that on me as a man. I cannot blame her. I only can blame myself. And you have to learn from your mistakes. That's where I went wrong. So, yes, I did have that. I know how that feels. And I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball. And for me as a man, I have to take responsibility. I know some guys are quick to point the finger at that other person. They're quick to do it. They're quick to point the finger at the other person and go, "It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault." How can I learn and grow if I'm constantly pointing at the other person and not looking at myself?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did I do? I need to take some responsibility. I'm the one with hair on my face. I'm the man. I'm the one that's supposed to take charge in my household. And I felt my household.
Mm.
So that's my fault. And I can't blame her for anything. I can't, and I'm not. So yes, I did have that before. And I will get it again if that's something I choose to do. I mean, yeah, if the right person came along, yeah, I would be a perfect man for that individual. Learning from your mistakes.
I love it. I love it, Troy. Good stuff.
I've known Troy, maybe about 35 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
I was what, 18 when I
Something
met
like
you, Mo?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So you know my character. You've known me for a very long time.
absolutely.
We've known each other for quite a while.
Right.
And you watch me become the man that I am today.
Absolutely.
I remember when we both had hair, Mo.
Yeah, ain't that something?
That goes back. That
Ain't
goes
that
back.
something?
But you know what I've learned? I've never had a woman ask me for hair. She's asked me for a lot of other things, but never hair. So I don't need it. I'm okay.
I'm not mad at that. Troy, let me ask you this. What age? Because it's interesting because I haven't known Mo as long as you have, but I've known Mo and some of the other guys that he's friends with, and and I have some other friends that I've seen their maturation process, right? So I'm wondering, like, at what age do you feel like? Because it seems like you guys get to this amazing, account, like just self awareness, and I'm sure women do as well. But what age do you feel like you were really ready to be in a relationship and ready to be a good man to someone? What age were you actually able to focus and be like, okay, I don't need to hit everything that comes past me. I can actually focus on.
Wow. I think when you kept, when I think I can I give you, to give you an exact age? That's a little difficult. I
Hmm.
think when I realized that I was a hamster on the wheel and I kept doing the same thing over and over and I was expecting a different result, but I was
Yeah.
a hamster on the wheel and I'm saying, hold on, where's this getting me?
Right.
Where's these? where is these hollow relationships getting me?
Right.
And
Yeah.
eventually, I'm gonna tell you something. You get tired. You get sick and tired of the
They-
same thing, and you're letting people in your space that doesn't deserve to be there, and you know you shouldn't be there because you're not the person you need to be.
Right.
So instead of me looking at them, I had to take a great look at myself. I think my divorce taught me a lot. It taught me a lot as a man to say, you know what, if I don't want this to happen again, I need to become this.
Right.
So that was big for me. Instead of becoming angry and bitter, I decided to become better.
Mm.
Mm.
And that's what happened for me. And then dealing and dating other people and seeing what's out here, I can't blame women with what's out here. As a man, and I know I'm gonna lose my man card on this, we're a bad product. We're a bad product. We're offering these women a bad product. And I know I have to improve my product if I want a good woman. I can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna act right once I get a great woman." No, I need to have myself together in order for me to attract the right woman.
Yeah. I like that. I think divorce, Tribute to divorce is so hard on men. I think divorce is where I learned a lot. I feel like I learned a lot about how to be a better wife after going through a divorce, and
Yeah.
realized I did not want to go through that. But you mentioned that you had that was a second marriage. So did you learn from the first one, or do you feel like you weren't really ready?
The first one, I think, and I got to put that on me. I got married for the wrong reasons. My business was starting to take off. I was, and this is a horrible excuse. She was kind. She was good to me.
Hmm.
Okay, she was there from the beginning when I had nothing. And what happened was, I'm going to business meetings and I'm introducing this person as my girlfriend, and I'm saying this was in the business world, it was kind of frowned upon. Oh, just your girlfriend. And I know she had my back. At least I felt that. I felt like that. And we
Hmm.
went to the justice of the peace. And I felt like I wanted to make her an honest woman. And I wanted to commit.
Hmm.
But honestly, I saw it later on. We'd last for 9.5 years, but I did marry the wrong person for me. For
Okay.
me. Now, I feel she would be great for someone else, but for me, she was not good for me. There was things about her that I felt uncomfortable with,
Mm.
and it wasn't healthy. But then I also had to look at myself. How would I go about it differently?
Hmm.
Because again, I'm not even opposed to a woman. Because I'll put it out there. Let's be real. Yes, I'm in the top 1%, and I'm not opposed to a woman having children. I'm not opposed to someone being of a certain age. I'm not. That doesn't bother me.
See,
I'm
lady? See?
I'm about your character. That's more important than anything because I don't need your money. How are you going to treat me? Are you going to treat me with love, kindness, and respect? Or are you trying to just, trying to get your bag? I'm going to see right through you.
Mm.
Got you. Got you. Okay. 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 In your dating experience since your last divorce, and you were talking about women, their tone and how they treat customer service, how they speak to you. Can you tell me in a bad experience you had, like a disaster? One,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I've had some disasters being in a relationship,
No,
and
no,
I think a lot
like
of it. I
good.
think I think a lot of. Can you hear me? Okay, Mo?
I got you.
I
You
think a
got it.
lot of the disasters have come from individuals not handling their trauma, whatever that
Mm,
trauma is.
Mhm.
Not getting that trauma dealt with has made relationships that I've been in a disaster because the baggage that you have brought to this relationship, you're torturing the hell out of us as a couple. You expecting things to go right when you're already bringing wrong to the table, and
Mhm.
that's difficult. That's very difficult. So that was a dating disaster. And honestly, this is the part of me. This has helped me build my business, but it also helped me. It hurt my business. I always feel in my heart that I can fix things.
Mm.
mm.
I need to retire my cape.
I know that's right. Because I retired mine, Troy. I'm not. I'm not building. I'm not a construction worker. I cannot build a bear. I have put the tool belt down, Troy.
Yeah, that's
Not
been
gonna
that
do it.
that's been my problem is that I look at a person, I go, you know what? I can help you with kind, loving, being loving, being attentive. I can help you. I can do all this. But if you're bringing all of this stuff to the table in previous relationships, it
Mm,
makes it extremely difficult in order for us to get ahead. We can't grow. We can't grow. It's impossible because you're checking my phone. You want to read old text messages from ex-girlfriends or people that I've dealt with in the past, and because you're worried about what's going to happen with us. No, focus on us. I said, stop playing. A dating disaster for me is when a woman decides to play defense instead of offense. If
I
you
like
play offense and let's score some damn points
that.
instead of stopping us from sooring, we gonna win.
Okay,
I
let
I
me
get
ask
want
it.
to
you this.
score some points.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. So, I think one of the things that happens sometimes, we know that we live in a crazy world right now, right? There's all kinds of stuff happening, Troy. So, what do you do? And I don't think people, I think we all are a sum total of our experiences, and you can heal, but still just be trying to protect yourself, right? And I think sometimes women kind of get a bad rap for just trying to protect their heart. So what is it? What responsibility do you believe it is what is a man's responsibility when he meets a woman to make her feel comfortable and make her feel safe enough to let that guard down? How does that process work, or should it
I don't
work?
I don't think it's his job. I
Mm,
don't. I think she needs to fix that before she decides to get into a relationship. Some people decide to get into a relationship prematurely and you're not ready. Sometimes people get in a relationship to getting over someone else and expect it to work. That's the wrong move.
Mm.
You should come here with a clean slate. No, nothing should have been written on that piece of paper when you brought it here. Nothing. Nothing. It should be a clean piece of paper. But I think sometimes people have a tendency there. What does that go? How does it go, Mo? It's and we all grew up on it. How does that saying go? It says, hope for the best, but expect the worst.
Right.
mhm.
That way of thinking is what get us in trouble. Because we're
Mm.
constantly looking for what's bad. I didn't build my company on looking for what's bad. I'm looking for what's going to work because I'm gonna make it work, damn it.
There you
Mm.
go.
I don't want to hear excuses. I want results. I'm about the solution, not the problem. So
Ah,
Okay.
quit giving me problems.
that part.
I don't want to hear made up scenarios of what this and who is. I don't want to hear that. We only get so many moments in life and then we're done.
Right.
Each moment of my life, I want to embrace and enjoy every moment that I have because when my moments are gone, they're gone. I can't get them back. So I'm not going to waste my moment arguing and fighting with someone on some dramatic garbage that may never happen. Get into me, let me get into you, leave all them jokers alone, and let's focus on each other so we can grow.
Mm.
Because I want to live my life to the fullest. I'm one of those type of Mo, you know me. Hey, honey,
Right.
pack your bag. We leaving tonight.
Right.
We gone. I got it like that. And I'm not bragging or boasting. I worked my ass off to get here. I truly have. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm not a mean person, but I'm not tolerating BS. I'm just not. So if she got a good heart, she's loving, she's kind, and she's playing offense, hey, we on point.
I like that, playing offense instead of
I'm
defense.
going to use that. I like.
We need to score some touchdowns, baby.
I know
We
that's right.
do, and we have to work together. But you know what? A strong offense usually comes with a weak defense because that's the side that has to work harder, right? So it's very rare to get both sides to be very at 100%. So a lot of times men will do things that cause women to not feel comfortable. So I'm not saying her past, but if you're doing things in the relationship to make her not feel comfortable, you can't, it just takes time to build trust. I'm just trying to play
I
devil's
agree. I agree. I totally agree with you that it
advocate.
does take time to build trust. But if I'm not giving you anything in the beginning to make you feel that you can't trust me,
Yeah.
don't bring that to our relationship because the last guy cheated on you with a porn star. All right, and you had to and you had to give her hush money. Don't come to me with that. That has nothing to do with me.
Right.
That's true.
I think Troy. I mean, just to play devil's advocate a bit, like the position you're in, right? It can be very intimidating to a lot of women because you're around or the what's around you, not necessarily you, but what's around you.
Hey,
Certain type of woman to be secure with that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm not saying that the search is harder, but it's a special type of woman that can be comfortable with the way you move around, or more importantly, what's around you, not you. And I think a lot of times men get blamed for what's around them opposed to what they're actually doing. Is that
Well,
fair?
well, again, that's a her issue. That has nothing to do with me. I'm around a lot of women, and I'm not a skirt chaser. I'm just not. I respect me. I don't want that hanging over my head. I'm not randomly just hooking up with somebody in the bathroom just because she wants to give it to me.
Right.
I'm just not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. So she can hang that over my head? No. I'm in control. Sex doesn't control me. I'm not 22 years old. I'm a
Master,
grown ass man.
go. I like that.
I'm a grown man. I don't, sex is not going to control me.
There you go.
I'd rather for the intimacy of her just being a loving, kind person. That's a turn on.
What?
That's a turn on.
Let me ask you this, Troy, because a lot of things sound really good. I'm wondering, like, what are you? I'm gonna ask you again, like, what are you looking for? Not because you gave us things that were principle, right? But we all know that we're living in a flesh body. So, do you have like an age range? Do you have like a type? What do you? Because we know that we want someone that has a nice, kind inside, but I'm sure there has to be something. You are a man that attracts you to her. So, what exactly are you looking for in your special woman?
Okay. I would want her.
Fat ass.
I would want her to believe in herself.
Troy?
I want her to have self confidence. That's important. I don't want an insecure woman. I
Okay.
want a woman to be secure. I'm not going to say she needs to be this tall. She needs to be this tone. She needs to be in the gym. She needs to be, do you take care of yourself? I'm talking, when you walk in a room, does it light up because of your positive, loving energy? Because you do carry yourself like a lady.
Any
That's the
age range? Any age
age
range?
range. You know what? I don't have one. I'm not going to give you one because I want the person. Okay, I'll give an example. The person can be 24 years old
Mm.
and be a good person, and a person can be 53 years old and not be a good person. Have
So you would
have
date
bad character.
you would date the good 24-year-old.
Be careful now.
Well,
That's all. That you know what? She got to be a really special person. In order for me to do that, she would have to be. I would not put it like this. I wouldn't even want to know that she's 24. If she's showing me mature traits, if she's showing me mature traits that I'm saying I wouldn't even guess that she was 24. I've met people in their 20s that were awesome people they had it together, they were attractive, they were moving and shaking, they were respectful, and I would have never guessed that that person was 27 years old.
do you have children?
Yes, and most
How
of my
old are you?
children are grown. My
How old
children
are
My children range from age 10 to 34.
they? Okay.
Because
And you would
my last marriage, we was fortunate enough to have a baby in our 40s, and she's been amazing. She's
Oh, that's
10 now.
awesome. That's awesome. But you would date, would you date someone, obviously if you have a 30-something-year-old, you would date someone younger than your child. Say with your
Someone younger than my child, phew, that's tough. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I won't, because I think that's putting a cap on yourself. And again, she would have to be a special person for me to just say that's an absolutely no. I would not do that. I would not want to say that because that's wrong. Because I could be missing out on a wonderful human being, a good person, because of their age. Again, I'm looking to learn a lot from an individual. I want them to teach me a lot. And someone that's younger than me, yeah, they can teach me something just as much as I can teach them.
Mm-hmm.
But just long as they're bringing their A game, I want them to bring their A game.
So 21 and up.
Oh, that's when you say that, it's like, oh, my heart sinks.
See how that sounds when she say it out loud?
You said
that's real.
24. He said 24. But
yeah. Again, she would have to be a very special person for me to consider it.
Is there a cap on the end? Because we got to put a cap on the age in the beginning, because they.
Well, I wouldn't prefer her to be older than me. I mean, I wouldn't want her to be older than me. But if she was, and she was a special person, and she got my attention, I wouldn't turn her down just because of her age and say you don't qualify, and she's a great individual. I think that's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. And she can show you things. Whole Martin Luther King speech, she probably know about heart, stuff like that. Never know.
Yeah. You know, if a person has their A game and good character, I'm down. But they have to have good character, and they have to care about their fellow man. They have to be beautiful inside and out, make people smile when they walk into a room. I want a person that can brighten the room and the lights are off, and they can still brighten that room. That's the type of person that I would need to have around me. Because I bring it every day. I bring it every day. I would need my partner to bring it.
Let me ask
in
you
a
this.
good way.
Let me ask you this, Troy. You have a lot of you're very. I mean, and I remember my mother told me this. I went on a date when I was I think I was like 34, and I went on a date with a guy that was like 53, 54.
Yeah.
And I was like overly excited because our conversation was amazing, right?
Yeah.
Now, I did not necessarily want to kiss him because he looked a little older. Again, I was 34. You know, that's been a long time ago. But I was just so like kind of caught up in his conversation. He was the director for an art museum, executive director for a big art museum here. I was just really like blown away, right? And my mom said to me, she was like, what is, you know, what is this? Tell me about this guy. So I'm telling her, and I said, well, he's 54 and I'm 34. Mom said, well, Christal, you know, he's had 20 more years to develop. Of course he can implement, you know, of course he can wow you with conversation. It would be scary if he couldn't when he has lived 20 more years than you have.
Yeah.
So understood that you have a great conversation. And I see, you know, see the women's responses here. But I'm wondering, like, what is it about you that you say you need to work, like that you would need to work on? What is something about Troy that somebody that's with you or somebody that's dated you before be like, yeah, he needs to work on this? Or what are you working on? Because none of us are 100% perfect as is, right?
Wow. What would I need to work on? I think one thing that I definitely need to work on is that I can't fix everything. And that is my attitude. I feel like that I can fix everything and you can't. And that's when I feel like I get in trouble. You know, my relationship has lasted a long time. Say it again.
Anything else about you that would get like in a relationship? Well, I'm gonna ask Mo first because Mo and I are friends. He won't be. Mo, what about you when you're in a relationship with a woman? What is going to get on her nerves?
My 80s music. I love my 80s music.
Okay.
I love my 80s music, and
a 24-year-old is not listening to that.
But you know what? I know that, and that's why I'm not going to shove that down her throat. Because I don't think, you know, you can. When I get in the car with my 10-year-old, I know that she likes Olivia Rodrigo and she likes Taylor Swift. I get it, and I put it right on when she gets in. That's her thing. And you know what? I'm kind of a Swiftie. You know, she taught me some stuff. You know,
I'm a Swiftie too. I like that.
Yeah, I paid for the tickets.
Man, if you don't get out of here,
Taylor is dope. Whatever.
Come on, man. Hey, listen, I like Taylor.
Open your mind up, Mo.
Yeah.
So Mo, what did you say, Mo? What about you? What would you do that would get on a woman's nerves?
I'm gonna get some light. I'm gonna get some light in here.
Person gets it, I have a habit of repeating myself. I have a habit of keep I mean, they're all right, but if they don't sound convincing, I will repeat myself till it's annoying. I don't mean to do it. It's just that they don't sound convincing. That's one thing. I think the other thing is, I'm skeptical of people.
Yeah.
Maybe too skeptical.
Hold on, I'm putting my lights. I'm in my car, so I apologize.
You good?
It got kind of dark out here, so um, I'm trying to get it together. I apologize, Mo. I was in a business meeting when you
I know you. Yeah, you. I got
yes, and I told you I would definitely do this. This is actually pretty
it.
cool. So I'm in my car trying to light it up a little bit because it got a little dark. So I apologize, man.
You good? You
No
good?
problem.
But I think I'm skeptical of people. Everybody, yeah.
He
And a
is.
little too.
See, that's my problem, Mo. I'm not. I'm not skeptical. I honestly try to look for the good side in every single person. I try to find that good side of them. I
Mhm.
expect them to be a good person until they show me something different.
I'm the opposite. I used to
No,
be like that.
When? When were you like
Um,
that?
maybe my early 20s. I bumped my head enough times. Now it's the other way around.
You are.
Now it's the other way around. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Troy, where do
And
you
I
live?
realize that's not the best way, but I'm working on it.
But and I know me. I work a lot. I'm just I'm real bad with directions. I have a whole bunch of stuff but hey, I'm working on getting better. I don't really fold my clothes up immediately after they come out of the washer and dryer. Well, the washer obviously, but the dryer.
I don't wash my own clothes.
But that's not breakup stuff though. That's not something you would break.
I'm not
Some
washing my own.
guys,
I'm not
some
washing.
men feel
No,
like
I don't.
if you don't turn into Miss Minnie from you remember on Martin when Marley Gibbs was the maid?
No,
I
I don't.
do.
I don't want my significant other to be a maid. If that's what she chooses to do, if that's something she likes to put her headphones in and wash clothes, if that's something, my wife didn't have to scrub a toilet. She didn't have to do any of that. I had a housekeeper. I made sure that she was able to cater to me, and I took that away from her. And as a man, I was proud to do that. I didn't. She didn't have to do any of that.
What,
Troy, what how can we help you find love? Because I'm
but was
saying
that the one I came to the house with Troy when I came out there that time?
Yeah, yeah. She was
Okay.
sweet. Yeah, she
Okay.
was cool.
I got
But
you.
yeah. When you came to the house,
Yeah.
and how about this? When we got divorced, she didn't even need an attorney. We sat down because the love for her and my daughter. We sat down. I said, "You tell me what you want, and we can sit and we can talk and we can make it happen." And that's exactly what I did. An attorney did not get $1 from us.
mm, I
$1.
sound like a
And
man that
now
wants out.
she she's doing quite well for herself. She still works for my company. She makes great money. My daughter is because a person had told me when I was going through this process, she told me, she says, Troy, she says, when my parents got divorced, it wasn't the divorce that hurt me. She said it was the fighting that crushed me when they were arguing. And when I took that back to my wife, I said, now my ex-wife, I said to her, I don't want to fight with you. I said, I love you and I respect you. We got married for a reason. Just because it's not working out now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we still need to be respectful. Remember why we got married. I said, we have a child now. We do. And we love her. I said, you tell me what you want. She gave me a list. I made a few tweaks. We both agreed. We went to the courthouse together and we did it. And we did it.
That's
Not one
admirable.
lawyer.
That's really
Because I
admirable.
respect her, because she was a woman that laid down and gave me a child, and damn it, I wasn't going to dog her out. She's better than that. She deserved better than that.
I'm
No,
not
I wasn't going to mistreat her because now we wasn't together. That's
right.
not who I am. That's not my character. I'm not going to dog her out. Why would I do that? That's horrible.
Well, when people's heart get broken, have you ever had your heart broken?
Yeah, I was 17.
Did it? I always wondered this. I ask Mo this all the time. Like, I feel like women get their heart broken a lot more than men, right? Men usually it happens once or twice, and then the whole world shuts down because you guys do not handle it well. We're kind of used to it, but it doesn't feel good, even when it's done to. Even when you are used to it, it doesn't feel good. And I think that's also why sometimes women are a little bit more defensive players because the odds sometimes are higher against us as far as like when you give your all to somebody and then they decide they don't want to be with you anymore. That can be the most hurtful thing in the world. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you guys, I'm gonna start with Mo because I just wanted this to be fair. Like obviously, I think Mo, did you tell me you'd ever been heartbroken?
No.
Never mind. But that's proof. Like so it's easy. Like if you've never been heartbroken,
My ego was messed up,
yeah, but
but not my
that's
heart.
not the same thing as your heart. So
Come on, Mo. You know you was in a bathtub with the shot balled up in the tub with the water running over you, with your thumb in your mouth, curled up in a fetal position. Don't act like you don't do that. Stop being all with the tough guy. You know you were messed up. You know you were like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura. You know you were you know
Ah,
you stop it. Stop playing,
James,
dude.
my ego was messed up. My heart wasn't. It was my ego.
so if
That
you've never been heartbroken and you've only been heartbroken at 17, Troy,
Yeah.
um, how do you all have empathy for the hearts that you have broken?
yes.
How have you shown that empathy, Mo?
That's a great question. Don't even bring that to me.
Oh, it's coming back around, Troy. It's coming back
Nah.
around to you.
Now say that one more time. How have
You
How
heard her. You heard her.
we did. How have you shown empathy? Like you could say, yes, I have empathy, but where's the proof of that? What did you do differently because you did not, because you are aware of how, well, you don't know how that feels, but because you are trying to be mindful that it's as an adult, it shouldn't feel good to break another person's heart, especially
absolutely
somebody
not?
that was in love with you, right?
Yeah. Um. To be honest with you, in the situations that have happened, um, it's gonna sound cold, but I had to. It would have been a lot worse had I held on. It needed to be done. Now I just try to be cautious on who I deal with. But I had to end it. If not, it was gonna be worse later. My heartbreak, the heartbreak that came from them was me ending it. But I ended it because it wasn't right. And I wasn't happy and wasn't going to be happy. So it had to end. And I had to bite the bullet. And it wasn't an easy thing to do, but I had to do it.
So I don't think he's lying. People are saying that you probably were in love and didn't, because I don't I've never heard that story ever.
Because it didn't happen.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Now, it was something I didn't want to do, and they were nice women, and I couldn't do it, and I felt for people. I don't want people to think I didn't care about certain people or I didn't care. But when my daughter's mother cheated, it was my ego. That was more than anything else. It was because I didn't think it could happen to me, and it did. And
Yeah.
it brought it, and in a small way, I needed to feel that so I wouldn't feel invincible and think it couldn't happen, and it brought my ego down. That's what bothered
My single friends will not come on the platform because some more of my single male friends. Okay, I can do that. I thought you were my single female friends.
me.
I'm like,
Yeah, tell
they're
Chris.
not gonna come.
Hey,
They are gonna be like, Troy, let me ask you that because you did admit that, but you said it was a long time ago. You were yet a boy. But how do you guys? I always wonder like how men sleep knowing that they have hurt or broken a woman's heart, because I've had my heart broken, and I remember Mo looking at me and like, ooh, I don't want to do anybody like that. I don't want anybody to that I want someone to love me like that, and I would never want to make someone feel like that. But it was easy for him to feel like that because I wasn't with him. But I just wonder sometimes how do men feel when they know that, whether it's through cheating or maybe you just fell out of love or you don't like the person anymore. I don't know. that you end up having to break someone's heart?
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna definitely get my man card revoked on this answer. I think we as men, we can be weak at times, and we have a tendency to want to test a woman to see how much she truly cares about us, and we end up doing some of the dumbest stuff to get a reaction from her to test and see how she truly feels about us. And
Mm,
then we end up regretting it. We end up scarring her. We
Mm.
end up hurting her in the process because we allow our own insecurities get in the way and testing this woman's loyalty and love to us.
mm-hmm.
So when we see her acting crazy and stupid, and I don't want to use the word stupid, crazy and insane
Yeah.
because she is hurt, it's like we feel, oh, she do love us. But you know what you just did? You scarred her, you dummy. You hurt her.
That's
And
true.
now you still wanting her to treat you the same way after you disappointed her. It
Mm.
doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm.
So we have an ass backwards way of thinking as men, and it's let me be real with you. I've done it. It's dumb. Let me get a reaction. Let me see how much she truly cares because
Mm.
she seems a little cold. Let me see if I don't come home till 4 in the morning. Let me see what type of reaction I get. That's the young dumb stuff. And you know what? I would get, oh, she would be arguing if I be, oh, she do love me. She loved you before that, dumbass. She did.
I've seen men do that. I know he's telling the truth because I've
Yeah.
seen men make women jump through hoop, and I've also heard them say, well, that woman loved me. I'm like, but you dragged her through the mud. And I
Yeah.
think what men don't understand is that a woman may stay with you, but her heart may not be the same towards you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She don't feel the same. You've killed a part of her that you can never get back. And the more you do it, when there are men that cheat, I know guys that have cheated and got caught numerous times, and then they decide at the end, years later, after all these different situations have happened and her heart has been broke, it's literally in pieces, and then he's like, now I want to get married, I love her, I really, and it's like, you killed her, like, and what?
I can take it a step. I can take it a step further. How about I know men, me included,
Thank
that
you.
actually did it on purpose and wanted to get caught
Yeah.
and wanted to get caught.
Why did you
Be-
want to
What
get
is that about?
no, because you want you again. You leave little clues just to see. You know, if you don't feel that she's loving you the way you want to be loved and all that other stuff, you're
mm,
trying to get that reaction and test her to see. Is again, it's our ego, it's our insecurities, it's us being it's us being young and stupid. And again, I'm guilty of that. I've done that. I've watched some of my other friends that I know. I watched them do it. They won't admit it, but they've done it.
mm-hmm.
And they talk about, oh man, she was throwing stuff, she went crazy, and it was almost they felt good about it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't want to be triggered. I'm not going to be triggered. I've gone through therapy. I don't want to be triggered. But Troy, that's true. And that's why when you meet a woman and she has her defense up and the man is like, I don't want your defense up. But can you imagine if you were playing a game against yourselves? That's just out of bounds. Like that's red flags on the play all over. So when women have dealt with that type of behavior, it is hard to protect yourself afterwards. And it's not even about the protecting yourself. I'm gonna be honest here.
She needs
Because
to fix that.
I've dealt with
She needs to fix that.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold,
She needs to fix
that's
that.
okay. All right. But I'm saying like it's not hard to, I'm not talking about the going through the phone and all that stuff. Because really, if a woman doesn't doing all that, she may not care. There's a lot of women that are like, he gonna do what he gonna do. I don't care. I just want to be in a situation. But it's hard to give a man that naive, it's that naive part of yourself that wants to just love without boundaries, because most men do not deserve it and cannot handle it. because because a lot of them have never experienced it. So I think it's strange to hear men say, and I applaud you so much for being so honest, Troy, because very few men will admit that, but I know it's true because I've seen it. I've seen men make women jump through hoops of that are stupid
Yeah.
or hurt them. And so it's crazy to me to hear men not understand why women are not always, they're so sensitive to the touch sometimes, because it's so many of you guys that can play the game all the way until the end and still not be genuine. So it's difficult, you know what I mean? So I think I remember when I had my son, and I was married to my ex-husband at the time, and I had gone through some hurt. You know, we had gone through some stuff before we got married. But I remember looking at my son and thinking, wow, this is the first man in my life that I can love without boundaries. Because I can just give him all my love. I don't have to be holding back or trying to make sure that I'm not doing too much so I don't be hurt. That is an amazing feeling. And when I did that, it did not bode well for me. And I think even in situations, sometimes a man can see when a woman loves him unconditionally and he can't handle it, and the first thing he'll do is try to push those boundaries. So
Boom.
with that being said, I can't blame my sisters. I could say, yes, you need to get counseling and heal, but it's also not smart to just give that good, that that soft part of yourself to every person. Every man doesn't deserve it.
But
And
that's why you shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm just saying you can date, but if you decide to get into a relationship, that man deserves that. Do not bring that baggage. It's not fair to him. You can date and hang out with people, but to be in a committed relationship and you still bringing that and expected it to work, it's not going to. It's
but
just going to push them away.
but is that realistic? If I break my leg, right? No, I put better yet. There's a scar on both my knees. Shut up, Mo. Shut up, Mo. Shut up, Mo.
Hey, you set yourself up for that one. That was funny.
Well, it's an inside joke that he has. Actually, he shared with the chat. But I have a scar on both of my knees from when I was like 5, and I had just learned to ride a bike. I
Yeah.
fell and scraped my knees. Right, just fell over the bad fall.
And that's the story you're telling, and you're sticking to it, and I'll roll with that.
Oh, y'all are saying something else. Okay, I was not.
I'm only
No,
kidding. I'm
no,
only
no.
kidding.
That is funny. I wasn't. It's another
I'm
joke.
only kidding. I'm only
That
kidding.
is funny. But point is, those scars aren't gone, right? I'm
Mhm.
an older woman now. I'm a woman of a particular age, and those scars are still there, and they happened when I was a little girl.
Yeah.
So it's not realistic to assume that a person can go through a lot of hurt and go through counseling and get healed and not have any remembrance of what happened to them or what's happening around them, right? I do think if you love someone, you have and because none of us are really like blank slate. Someone said in the chat earlier, only a baby is a blank slate. You know you don't like certain things. C-Dub, the joke did go over my head, but okay, I got it after Troy pointed it out. I should not have used my knees and both of them to be that.
But
That was
is there
bad. That was
ever a
bad decision.
time where a woman is that's been through that going to be like is there ever a time?
Yes, one of my friends, in fact, Brian, who was in that picture that I posted with us the other day. I remember when I was going through that. Brian was another really good friend of mine. And he said, Christal, he says it's gonna take you a long time to find somebody because of what you want, right? And you're a good woman. But also he said you could do all the healing because I was in counseling and I was trying to, he said, but the only thing that really heals a broken heart is being loved again. And I was like, oh, damn it, man. No. But there's you can get to a certain part, you can get to a certain place. But until you have been loved again and been able to flex those muscles, you're never going to be 100% healed. So to say that you don't want to deal with a woman, everyone has something. And if a person has been hurt, they could have done all the healing they're able to do. But Being loved is healing in itself in a very different way. Being loved the right way. So your love, you could be sent, God could put you with that woman to help her believe in love again. Really. You know what I mean? It is, and maybe God could put her with you to do something that you feel one of those things that you've dealt with, but you still need a little bit of help with. It's just not realistic, in my opinion. And we can agree to disagree for a person to say, I see that you have been through trauma. My husband is a military vet and he has PTSD. I remember we were at a friend's party and fireworks went off. And I saw on his face, it broke my heart for him because I saw how he responded to that. I'm almost getting tears thinking about it.
Yeah.
I can't be like, oh, he's damaged. That's something he went through to fight for our country and he's hurt. But that also is no different than me having cancer and my ex saying, am I supposed to stay with your ass because you have cancer? That puts you through PTSD as well. So it took we have to give each other grace, and we have to understand that if a person is worth it and they're willing to do the work, it's just, I think that it's part of the human experience to know that part of you loving that person can make them even better.
That's deep. That's really deep. You know, you asked me earlier, Troy, how can you guys help me find love? And actually, I think if I become a better version of myself and continue to grow as a person, love will find me.
It will.
You know, it's important. I need to make myself attractive. You know, forget all the achievements and the things that I've done, you know, building myself and coming from nothing, because I came from nothing. You know, I'll be completely transparent on this call. My mother was 13 years old when she gave birth to me. My father OD'd twice before the age of 22. Okay. I was born in the housing projects, public housing on welfare. I came through the ranks and I refuse to allow that to be my situation just because I was born into it.
Mm-hmm.
I made a decision to accept responsibility to do better for myself. So that same mother who was laughed at when she was pregnant at having a baby at 13, that same mother that gave me an opportunity, my mother hasn't worked in 10 years. I retired my mother 10 years ago.
That's beautiful.
You know, she doesn't work. My mother had stage 3 cancer, stage 3 lung cancer in 2020. She's cancer free right now. And I know that's because I was able to make sure she didn't have to stress out about anything, but just get better.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't put myself in this position, I would probably have lost my mother. I would have probably have lost her, but I did not. So saying all that, I've come through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had my challenges in life. I've learned from so many people. They taught me a lot. So many people helped me along the way. I know right now, sorry, I'm getting a call right now. I know right now, just becoming a better version of myself and me growing as an individual, I'm going to attract the right people as I become more attractive and, you know, with my way of thinking, I'm going to have the right person in my life and not be distracted, not be distracted, not be dick, you
But
know.
you know what? You know what's beautiful, Troy? And I know I don't know you. I know Mo, and I feel like, well, I would say any friend of Mo's is a friend of mine, but he definitely has a friend that does not fit that bill. But I don't feel like you're that friend. But I think that the beautiful thing is that, thank you for sharing your story, first of all, about your
appreciate that.
dad. But the right woman that God would send you, you don't have to be perfect. Like yes, it's great that you're doing all this work and you're going to become attractive. But I will tell you, and you know this to be true because you've been married before, there will still be things about you that are not perfect that will irritate the person, more things than what you share with us. But at the end of the day, Love overcomes a multitude of sins, right? And as Andrea said, perfect love casts out fear. So what I had to understand, because I would try to just be perfect, because I was taught that's what I learned growing up, is that if I'm not perfect, I'm not worthy of being loved, and that's not true. And what I had to learn is that I can imperfect, Crystal, those people that really love me will love me regardless. And the
True that.
right woman will love you as you work through those flaws. None of us are going to get to a point where we present this perfect package. I've done all my work and now I'm here, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't. As a human means we're fallible, but the right woman will love you, will nurture you, will care for you, will stand beside you and behind you, regardless of that. And I feel like the same thing is true for everyone out there. Love does not require perfection. Our love between a man and a woman, or between, is based on God's love for us. And he doesn't require us to be perfect. What he does require us to do is to have a pure heart and to actually be genuine and authentic with our desire. So I do think that you want someone that's done the work and is willing to work, but there's no such thing. Seeing my husband share his past pain and what he's dealing with only made me love him more. It didn't make me say, oh, well, he needs to get some therapy, because I ain't got time for that. But that's because he was the right one, right? So I think that everyone has that one person for them that will be willing to do that journey with them.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
I like that.
Good stuff. Well, Mo, you said this would take 10 minutes, and I've been on here for an hour.
Yo,
I got to get back to work.
tell your mom I said hello. I ain't speak to her in years.
I know she's gonna love. She's gonna be like, you were with Moet. You mean Moet with the high top fade? Not anymore.
Right.
No, 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 no. And no, Mom, he's not skinny anymore. No, he's not skinny Moet anymore. He's not. So what do they call you? They call you Mo or Moet? What do they call you?
Mo.
Oh, okay. See, I know Moet. Yeah.
They also told us another name, but I've forgotten it.
Crystal, mind your business.
Was it Dippity? What was it? Honey Dip? Oh, it was Honey Dip. Was it Honey Dipper?
Dipper. I'm not down with that. Now, see, I'm not calling him no Honey Dipper. No, hey, listen. I was uncomfortable with the Moet, but it is what it is. I was uncomfortable with that, but that was his name, and we were kids, so I was like, okay, Moet, that's it. Now he Mo. I'm cool. Mo. All right, Mo.
You're not going to Honey Dipper.
Troy, I appreciate you calling, tapping in, man.
This was fun. I'm sorry I got caught in my car. I'm sorry for the lighting and all that other stuff, but I appreciate you guys allowing me to share my story, being authentic. Thank you for the guys for the invite. You guys are amazing. I love the work that you're doing. Keep it up. This is good stuff, man. I love good conversation and trying to build healthy relationships. That is unreal. I love that. Keep it up, man.
Troy, where can people follow you, because they want to there are people asking, do you have a social media that you can share?
Yeah. I'm on let me see, I'm on Facebook. My name's Troy Miles, and right on Facebook, and I think it's on Instagram. I kept it simple, at Troy L Miles is me. I'm on social media also. So
okay. Well, there may be some ladies sliding through the DMs, Troy, because some of the ladies are
that's cool.
About you. Yeah,
that's nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, again, I'm like a pound cake. What you see is what you get. When I mean pound cake, I'm the same on the top, I'm the same in the middle, and I'm the same. There's no secret ingredient, no secret filling inside. I'm completely transparent. I'm an open book. I will tell you about flaws and all. I'm not perfect, but I strive to be the best person I can possibly be every single day. And that's why I'm where I'm at right now. Yeah. I'm cruising at 33,000 feet, no turbulence. Life is good.
I love it. Well, I know C-Dub has all types of jokes about what you just said about the pound cake and the same on the top and the middle and no creamy filling and all of those things. But I'm sure C-Dub, get to it. Do your thing. Troy, hopefully you'll come back.
I would love to come back. But you got, hey Mo, but you do know in certain case, be like, what's in the middle? What's the feeling? Is it strawberry? I'm allergic to strawberry. Is it lemon? What is it? With a pound cake, there's no guesswork.
That's
It
true.
is what it is. It's
There
a
you go,
pound cake.
That's
my
true.
man.
That's
No
true.
guesswork.
No guesswork. I love it. And a pound cake, you cannot beat that. A good moist one, is it if it's
Ooh,
moist?
ooh. See, say that word again. Oh, that's a turn on. Moist. Ooh, ooh.
Troy is hilarious. You got to
Oh,
definitely come back. We got to do a panel with men and women. You got to come back.
hey, I would love to come back. Thank you guys for the invite. I really appreciate it. Now I got to go to work.
All
All
right,
right.
man.
Thank you, Troy. Bye bye. Oh, that was fun.
Yo, man, I
You
met.
got a lot of 53-year-old friends, huh?
Well, I deal with people my age range. That's number one.
Yeah.
But how I met Troy was an interesting night. It was a dangerous, interesting moment when I met him. And you never know how you're gonna become friends with somebody. You know,
Wow.
but it was how can I say it? It could have went real bad. It could have went real bad. And I didn't know him and he didn't know me. But at that moment we had to be each other for each other. Somebody else was there. And it could have went really bad. So when people come together, and we just was friends immediately because we needed each other at that moment. It was some other stuff, but that was like, I've always had two sets of friends. Like one of them is in here right now, and that was on music. But to hear Troy talk, you would never know. I met Troy in the streets.
Yeah, I never would have thought that.
You can and to see him now in this transition, but he always spoke well. But like he said, he was from a certain place, and but he wasn't really of that though.
I think that's inside. Like, well, yeah, because you could be people that, but you know what's funny? Like when you are from the Midwest or up north,
yeah,
you could be from the streets, but everyone sounds the same. That's what's so weird. Like my cousins that are drug dealers and dope, they all sound the same. We all talk the same. Everyone sounds proper. So it's not, it's weird. But in the South, I think there's a difference with dialect, depending on where you come from. But you can't really tell. You can't judge a book by its cover. Is what I'm saying.
You can't. He's a perfect a testimony of how someone could really change their life. It legit, like super proud. If y'all ever look up, Google his name, you can see what he does. He runs companies, all that, Miami, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, offices all over. The man's very successful. I'm super proud of him because he came a long way, and he's inspiring to all our other friends. So
nice. Yeah, I like that. Well, okay. That was interesting. I like having the guys. Then we can get some ladies back on.
Some ladies back on. Yeah.
So I do have our last dater from, like we said, there was 3 couples. This is the last couple that went out. I do have the feedback from the young lady. I don't have the feedback from the guy. You guys are saying proper. I'm gonna tell you, you tell them when I first came here. First of all, I'm from Ohio and Oklahoma. When I first came to Atlanta, I spoke extremely proper. However, dealing with it's not even that, because I don't have to, for what I do now, even though I do things for Fox and stuff like that, I don't have to sound like I did before, but I just sounded very different. But I remember one of my first interviews, I had to go. I mean, T.I. was working with T.I., one of the first artists I worked with. And I felt so self-conscious of the way I spoke around them because they sounded so very different. So I tried to, but now I've been in Atlanta for 20 years, so I'm sure it's not quite the same, but definitely different. But all right. So this is the third young lady, that went on a date, and hopefully this will be a positive experience. Here we go. So she says, this was my first time at the restaurant, and the people I was surrounded by were nothing short of wonderful. The hostess called me. Well, she gives us an explanation of everything that happened when she got there. Um, okay, so she says the love connection conversation was held outside. Hold on. I ordered dinner while seated at the bar and was surprised to see. Well, she says she ordered dinner while seated at the bar and was surprised to see a poised gentleman walk over my way. He stood beside me and had a conversation with me. He shared his appetizer with me and kept me company for a bit. I appreciated that very much. The love connection conversation was held outside, and the gentleman from inside came over and sat next to me, and I was pleased that he did. We talked for a bit. He asked what time I would be checking out of the hotel the next morning and if I would like to go to brunch afterwards, and I gladly accepted. So this young lady actually traveled she did not live here in Atlanta. So she says he asked her what time she was checking out of the hotel the next morning. If I would like to go to brunch afterwards, I gladly accepted. He walked me to the car that evening, and I texted him once I got back to the hotel safely, like he asked me to do. The next morning, I received a phone call from him around 9:15, and we met for brunch around 11:30. It was a delight to be in the presence of a composed man who appeared to have a genuine interest in me. After brunch, I took the almost 4-hour drive back to my place, and surprisingly, he and I spoke for the last 2 hours of the drive, up until the moment I walked inside of my house and sat on my couch. I am fortunate to have had examples and to know men of high caliber, and he displayed characteristics of those important men in my life. He was assertive and calm, engaging and meek, courteous and kind. And I am grateful for the opportunity to get to know him. She says to that gentleman, I truly thank you. She did not give the man's name, but I guess he was there at the event. And she made a date. Well, everyone made dates outside of the speed dating event. Linda asked about the speed dating event. So the date was not the speed dating event because this was our first time. We actually had a conversation about relationships, and then some of the men that were interested asked the women out. So this gentleman asked her out and asked her out the next morning since she said she did not live here. So that one sounds to be pretty good, I guess. Um, if you talk to a girl for 2 hours, usually men don't just talk to women for 2 hours unless they're interested, right?
I would assume, yes. I like that. We got a good one out of it.
Hey, I'll take
Or
it.
at least on its way to a good. I like that.
Yeah, one positive. And like we said, it wasn't like people have to get married, but she said she had a good positive experience. She felt like he showed genuine interest. And that's all that we asked for. Actually, I'm going to say this. I don't think that the young lady that went out with Vigilante had a really bad time because she went out with him multiple times, right? And I really don't even think that Dave's date was that bad. I don't, of course, nobody likes the other stuff of someone reaching out to them, but she went on the date and it didn't sound like the date was bad. So I think we had 3 good dates. 2 of them were not love connections, but the third one, we don't know.
There you go.
So I think we did pretty good.
I like it.
I think we did good. I think we should pat ourselves on the back.
Here's the thing. You never know how these things turn out.
You never know.
I just think with the energy of the show.
Shelly, ma'am.
What happened?
Nothing. I think we did good.
You never know.
All right, so we have to have another one. You know what? First of all, can I just say I'm sorry that I had to eat in front of you guys' face tonight. I've never done that before, but I have not eaten.
That's the second time.
No. I never ate a meal. I've never ate a whole meal. I ate a whole meal because I haven't eaten it all today. And can I just say what?
Don't apologize for that because I'm about to do it one of these days.
Well, I gotta say that salmon wrap was so good. If you're in LA, this place is the Mediterranean True Kitchen, the Panini Kebab Grill Oh my God. It was that was such a good salmon wrap. So good. I was going to eat half of it. And then I was like, no, I'm eating the full thing. Troy will be okay.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. We were, Bossy, thank you. We were doing the best we can in these ATL streets, you know,
Yeah.
trying to bring people. I don't necessarily know if it's like, I mean, I want people to find love, but I just really want people to have better experiences, you know, better experiences.
But what if the other person is looking for that, and the other person, this was just a great experience, but I don't really see anything past this. But I had a good time.
I think that's okay. I think that's really okay if you don't go any further at
Okay,
first.
right.
Right. So if you don't go, like, it's because what we have to understand is if you end up being intimate with someone
Oh,
and they have different, you know, desires or wishes, and then um that doesn't happen. I think if you know you're not interested in a person, you should cut it off when you can. Right?
right. Now that I will give you that, Chris. Well, let me not speak on that. But you're right. You're absolutely right. And just look before you leap.
Look for what?
Women, look before you leap.
Look before you leave. That's true. And
Men,
everyone does have to be responsible for their own bodies. But I'm just saying sometimes people can give you mixed signals because they're trying to accomplish a goal. And and not everybody is of a particular age on this channel. So I also want to be mindful that some people are dating and they may not be 53. To me, 53-year-old men are tired and they don't have much left in them. So there's not really a threat. You gonna go someplace? Go. Let me see how fast you can get there. Run. I bet I can outrun you. I don't care. Like, I just don't. I'm not real scared of that.
but whatever it is, is it a bad thing? Like, you want somebody to get something out of their system, whatever age that might be.
Right. But I'm just saying there may be people watching that are not all the way at that age. Like, so we want to make sure. I'm just saying, C-Dub, I just don't. I'm not saying that you can't have a great relationship with a 53-year-old. I'm on my way to one. My husband will be there, not necessarily soon, but shortly. So, and I'm fine. But I'm just saying, I'm not afraid of a 53-year-old woman. Man, it's like he's not the big bad wolf. Can't be.
Shit.
Can't be. Can't
Listen,
be.
it ain't about.
That's the thing.
Big,
If he's trying to be, and he's not. He's just.
Nobody wants to be the big bad wolf at that age. At this age, it's not what it's about.
Some of them wish they could be, but they just don't no longer have the testosterone.
They should have. They had time to do that. So you missed it. It is what it is. You missed it.
If they have money, they're running long and heavy with multiple women. They are, but are those women enjoying what they're in? Is it quality time? No. He's sleepy. Look, if you go out with somebody and he gets sleepy around 9 o'clock, how much of a wolf can he be?
Sleepy around 9.
Yeah. Most 53-year-olds get a little sleepy around 9 o'clock.
Well, I took my nap at 2. So I'm up, but
I'm just saying it's not, okay, well, if you have to take a nap, I'm just saying it doesn't have the same
bite
that, now look, a 35-year-old can put you through some hell. 53, you probably signed up for it because he can't get there that fast. I can't do it either. I'm not saying look, I am 48 years old and I am definitely not, I can't afford to do the things I was doing when I was in my 30s and even my earlier 40s. I'm not saying it's old, it's just different. Just different.
There you go. It's different.
He can't be sleeping with a bunch of different women because you guys know he's going to have 1 or 2 good times. Then he's going to have to take a nap. It's not going to be quite
Naps the same. Underrated, by the way.
But you learned that naps were underrated
I,
when you got to be
no,
53.
no, I was taking naps in my early 30s. I like a good nap. Feel
I ain't never
refreshed.
seen you take no good nap.
I did. I'm telling you, I had an ex. That was one of our favorite things to do. And you know her, and we used to take naps all the time.
I used to like to take naps, but see, back then I was taking naps together to get close and to snuggle. But now you're taking it because you need it. You can't focus.
Damn
I'm
it,
just,
man.
I'm just saying, like, it's just the difference in the age. And a man that's doing all that stuff at 53 is tripping. Is
So you
tripping.
want a young guy that's running around. What you want, man?
I didn't say that. No, I have exactly what I needed. God
There you
sent me
go.
what I needed.
There you go.
But I'm just saying to you all as men, you're not that scary with the gun, with
That's a
the
good thing then.
with the teeth that aren't quite so sharp, the
That's a
hair
good.
that's not really in. It's just
That's a good thing.
yeah, yeah. We it evens out the playing field. Testosterone levels are low.
I want to talk about y'all so bad because y'all not that scary either. I'm
No,
not gonna
I
say.
don't think women. Let me say this. I don't think women are ever scary. We always get the
Oh
short.
no. When they they got their stuff is right. They're scary. They are out there, but when it changes and turns and they not the you know, young girl. I told you, it's look at the older jazzy women. I told you, she the one at the end of the bar with the long cigarette, with the tight girdle thing on, with the graspy voice, talking to the young guys like, so how you fellas doing this evening? Her. She's not
I
scary no
was
more.
41
That's
when I met
her.
my husband.
I'm
That
talking
is
about her.
hilarious. That is hilarious. I never wanted to be that woman. That's why it's not that I can't, but I never wanted to be that woman. It's like, let me get out. Like my daughter, and once you have a daughter, you and your daughter cannot be competing for the same men. Let me get out and get in my age range. And I know that they're playing. No. I understand there's still some 50-year-olds out here playing. Atlanta is full of them. But what I'm telling you, let me tell you guys something. This is just my opinion. You can disagree. It's okay. We have a pit bull who is 16. And what is 16 times 7? I've had a long day. 16 times 7, I don't know. He's like 100 and something, right? Let me tell you something. His name is Kane. Kane thinks that he still feels like a young pit bull. So what happens every night is the deer come out to the yard and he looks, you let him out, he'll look at you and he'll look at the deer. And you can see in his mind, he's contemplating, do I do it? Now, sometimes he'll do it. He'll run. He's 112. Thank you, Miss Pretty Amazing. He'll run, but he's running in slow motion. And the deer know that he can't catch him. So they'll look and they'll kind of wait until he gets right up on him and then they'll just take off. Point is, he feels like he's putting in the effort, but the deer aren't quite that scared. And I think they play with him. Now, let me tell you something else. If I take the Rottweiler out, who is 4, or he may be going on 5, as soon as he sees them, he's gone and they're gone. Kane is like, and I saw him the other day. I was like, oh, he really wants to do it. You can see he was like, no, his ears were up, but he was going in such slow motion that I was like, Kane, I can run faster than you to the deer. Point is, the man that's in his 50s that is running and is playing the women can see him. He's not smooth and slick. We know what he's doing. He just may have a check that you want to catch. He ain't tricking nobody.
Listen,
They ain't doing it. Women aren't falling for it.
at that age, it's a funny age because you can hit the mom and the daughter. It can go either way.
Now, with a young girl, he probably can, because I'm telling you, that 54-year-old, I thought he was. Now, I didn't want to kiss him because I think he had dentures. I do believe he had dentures. I believe he had dentures. Something about his mouth didn't quite look youthful, but so I liked his personality, and he could dress really nice, but I wasn't really trying to like get naked with him, but I enjoyed I could talk to him for hours because he was well versed and well traveled, and he just, oh my gosh, it was amazing talking to him. But yeah,
I
could
would the one of the things when you talk to a young girl, I don't want to be the butt of their jokes in front of their friends. Be like, yo, here come your old man. Literally.
no. Well, I could tell you one time, my girlfriend Felicia and I think you met Felicia. We went we went to Essence Festival. Now we're in our 30s, and she was like, "These guys said they're gonna buy us dinner," and I was like, "Where are they at?" And she pointed them out, and I was like, "I ain't going to dinner with the uncles." And all of them had on collarless shirts and linen suits, and I feel like they were all going to the Frankie Beverly and Mays.
I bet you they were.
They were, and I said, I'm not doing. And she's like, well, they're gonna buy our dinner. I said, I don't care. I didn't have time for that. When I was in my 30s, I did not have time to be hanging out with no men in the 50s and the 60s. I don't care if they were buying us dinner for the entire weekend. I was like, girl, please, I could buy my own dinner. I'm not sitting with you and them uncles.
But
And
they
then,
cool with just dinner. The other
no,
dudes gonna
absolutely.
want dinner and hit.
That's
It.
true. That's true. No, they just want some female company, and they just want some young women around them. But I thought I was doing a lot. I was like, I ain't hanging out with them, so I went and hung out with my young friends that were near my age. Now I just realized I'm that age. The uncles are me. That's the age group. That sucks. Rose has an update, and I'm so happy that you do, Rose.
Thank you,
Rose says, quick update.
Rose.
He contacted me before leaving for his trip. He apologized for being MIA. Turns out his car was totaled last week, and he had been dealing with that. He wants to connect when he gets back.
Okay.
So he obviously was. Rose said, do men still have a healthy sex drive in their 50s? I'll let Mo answer that.
Damn straight. Man, we're lucky we all family here. I don't what? Yes. Yes, we do.
Now, I would say this, Rose. What you're going to need to make sure of is that he's not did not have diabetes or high blood pressure.
There you go.
Because if he has high blood pressure, then he's going to be on some pills, and those pills are going to thin his blood. And all you need to know about that is that it's not going to work in your favor. And if he has diabetes, then he's going to have circulation problems. And once again, that is not going to work in their favor. And then also, unless he's been doing a lot of cardio, he may not be able to keep up with you, which is also not going to work in your favor.
And I don't have none of them problems. I ain't diabetes. I got a treadmill right in there. Listen, I get my physical the week before my birthday every year.
Well, you get it this year, okay? Get it. Get in there and get it done.
Yeah.
Get in there and get it done. But no, there are some men in our community, men of color, that are dealing with high blood pressure, pre-diabetes. They smoke weed. So, and then too, they lie. A lot of them lie. So I've had conversations with my girlfriends, and
why are you on me?
Huh?
Somebody say you just ain't caught it yet, Mo. Don't be putting that on me. Don't put that mojo on me.
No mojo. Oh, but I'm just saying a lot of men. I'm not saying it's every man, because I don't have to deal with those things. But I'm not gonna say I've never run into one. It's not gonna say that I've never run into heart disease, anything. Check his levels. Get his blood work. If he has some
pills,
he has some bad results from his blood work, chances are you may have some issues later.
But don't worry, fellas. They got stuff. If y'all got issues,
not enough, because with the ED pills does not come the ED heart. So even if he can get it up, if he can't do anything with it, it's not going to work.
But that's a whole nother issue. If you can't do it,
Well, it's still important to the whole overall experience.
yeah. Some people are just bad. Find someone you compatible with, or you just be a heck of a muncher. Anyway,
That's not enough. But yeah, so we'll be back on Friday.
Friday, y'all.
Guys, I will be in Chicago. I am leaving LA tomorrow. I'm headed to Chicago.
Christal's on tour, y'all.
Crystal was tired. Crystal's tired, but today was a good day. I had a today was a very successful day.
There you go.
Successful day. I'm so excited about it. Maybe I'll be able to share soon, but it was really, really good.
Big things popping.
Big things popping, little things stopping.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm headed to Chicago. I'm going to be at the Black Women's Expo on Saturday and Friday and Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday. So if any of you guys are in Chicago, I will share the booth number and all that when I get there. But yes, I will be in Chicago. I'm excited to be there. I love Chicago. I love Chicago, especially in the summertime. Sunny Rain, we have to connect. If you're going to be in Chicago, you're in Chicago, are you going to be at the Black Women's Expo? I definitely want to see you. I was not at the Kamala event in Atlanta because I was in LA. So I have been here I actually got here Tuesday morning. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm excited. We'll be back Friday. Now, remember, Friday, we're talking a little bit more about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'm going to have some clips from that interview that I did with Chris and Nell. I also have some additional information that I have heard that we're going to be talking about on Friday.
That thing I sent you?
I did.
Okay.
I did get that. And then I also heard something about somebody else.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about all that on Friday. Have you guys seen the Olympics?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see nothing.
You didn't see Simone Biles?
I saw the clip afterwards, but I didn't see it.
She killed it. It was so, and I had just written an article about her and watched her Netflix special. I think I told you guys about the Netflix special. Definitely check out Rising by around Simone Biles. Her Olympic performance, she won. She is the most decorated gymnast in history. It's just amazing. And then I also watched the dressage today. And I just want to tell you guys, the oldest dressage Olympic competitor is 59. So that means I still have some time. Zuri may not be the horse that I get there on, but Zuri pissed me off. We tried to go on a trail ride, and she acted a fool before I left. That did not work. You notice you guys didn't see any video of our trail ride because Zuri didn't want to go on a trail ride, and she acted a fool. So I reserved the right. What?
We hung out.
Yeah. I was supposed to go on a trail ride that morning, and she was like, "No, I'm not going." We had done one the last week. She was great. She didn't want to go. So yeah, I watched the dressage. I felt encouraged because at 48, I'm not too old. I could still make it to the Olympics, and
there you go.
Or just to compete. Zuri is 7. But she was being, what's up, Corey? She was being ridiculous. Like I was pissed at her. I was like, forget you, Zuri. I'm going to LA. Forget you. I'm out of here. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get me another horse. But I'm gonna say it's Adrian's horse so that I can ride it. So we can get another one. That's the plan. Yeah. She is living her life. She's living her best life. But anyway, you guys check that out. Snoop is doing an amazing job of being the Olympic spokesperson. It's amazing to see. Snoop, when he first started, was camera shy. And oh my God. He is I
see Flavor Flav out there. I see, okay.
Snoop has like some new kids' toys. Like he is getting it.
Look at hip hop. I love it.
He is getting to the money. So I enjoyed. Thank you for sharing your friends with us. Do Troy and Dave know each other?
I mentioned it years ago. If they don't, they know a mutual friend. But I think they met each other before. not through me, like before me.
Yeah, I would just assume that they would know each other. But I think also that when people are, a lot of times people come through um, humble beginnings. When they do become successful, they are very vocal about it.
You know what's funny? Before I met Troy, 2 years before I met Troy, when I was in Job Corps, I was with his baby mama. We were in class together.
Oh, you said with, and I was just like, excuse me.
No, we were in class. We had the same, one of our classes were the same. So then I met him 2 years ago at his crib, and she was pregnant. That's with the 34-year-old baby. And I was like, hey, I know you. And she was like, I know, in the small world.
Yeah, it really is.
So same thing with Corey and Dave's singing group. There was a guy in Job Corps. I went and he knew them, and so it was like I just connected all the dots of people that went to school with.
Nice. Did anybody see the I have the interview. I have an interview with Corona from Love 90 Day Fiance coming. And this young lady moves from Philly. Well, she comes from Dallas. She moves from Dallas to Philly, and then she meets a man online, and she moves to Iceland to be with him.
Whoa.
And she and I talk. I'm going to run that tomorrow, and then, as you guys know, we'll be back on Friday. So yeah, today was good. I am wishing everybody positivity and productivity for the rest of the week.
Yes.
Mo, I sent you a fur baby. You did not want that fur baby, so I am still on the job of finding Mo a puppy.
Price, you quadrupled the price, then cut that and still have. I'm like, I said $300 to $500. Christal sent me a dog for $2,000. Then she sent me a dog. Then she was like, well, it's half price, and it's $1,000. Man, you could have been all. I said $300
he was super cute. He was super cute. He was super cute.
It was a handsome dog, but nah, I'm all right.
He was super cute, and I feel like we should have went ahead and got him, Mo. I just want to show the people. He was so cute.
You went over the budget.
Look at him. The light is too much on the light, but he's so cute. Get back light. You guys can't see him, but he's so cute.
He ain't $2,000 cute.
It's 1,000 now.
Still, I said between $300 to $500. She said,
but this one is really cute.
He ain't $1,000 cute.
He is. I think he is. Maybe I can put him in the chat. Let's do a GoFundMe.
Oh, Lord, I know. Now we're panhandling for dogs. We are not doing that.
Come on, give us some super chats for the dogs. I have a lot of good names for him. I think Mo needs him. He's super cute.
We're not doing that.
Hold on. I'm going to put him in the chat. I'm going to try to. Because he is super cute. Oh, no, I can't put him in the chat. It won't let me.
I said a dot, but Christal was... No, that's what we were initially trying to do.
I can't put him in the chat. I didn't know you can't put pictures in the chat. He's so good. I know.
You in the chat before? Oh.
No, I put him on here.
Oh, okay.
I know that we could rescue, but the rescues don't be that cute though. I know. I understand. People get mad at me all the time because I bought my dog, but I just wanted it to look a certain way, and I wanted to know what it was going to look like at the end. And with this, I do not cancel me, people. I love the Humane Society, and I volunteer with them on occasion, but you want to know what the dog is going to look like once he gets bigger. And sometimes
I looked, and there are some scragglers there, but they had the same dogs at two different places, the same pictures.
Well, no, they're trying to find homes for them. They're trying to find homes.
Like they were, you know what I'm saying?
They're trying to find homes for the babies, and I want them to find homes. But this little one, I needed him for you. He's in a fire truck. No, it's an old school truck. Hold on. I want y'all to see him. Y'all see him? You can see him a little bit better there. How cute is he? How cute is he? Anyway, he's not a lab. He's a Dotson. He's a little hot dog, but he's a little puppy. Anyway, stay tuned. And if you guys just stay tuned and help me, because I'm going to find Mo a puppy. Maybe not even a new puppy, because he doesn't need that because he's gone a lot. He needs one that's kind of older and used to doing his thing.
Right. She went from trying to find me a girlfriend to trying to find me a puppy.
Puppy's easier. I think the puppy's going to be easier. We'll work on the girl, but right now we just need the puppy. Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, we love you. Like I said, positivity and productivity.
Yes.
Tune in with us on Friday. If you are in Chicago, please hit me up because I would love to meet you on Friday and Saturday. And yes, and I'll be there for a little while on Sunday as well. So
and run the numbers up on the show yesterday.
Run the numbers. No, the numbers have been really good over the last.
No, still run them up. Yesterday's show.
Right. Yes. Oh yeah. Yesterday, y'all didn't like yesterday's show. Yeah, that was a good interview, though. Show. Yeah, it was a good interview, guys. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. I'll bring some clips over from that on Friday as well, because it's a couple. We could talk a little bit about that, but I think that Married to Medicine is going to be off the chain this season. But yes, all right. Sending love and light, XO family. We love you guys, and we'll see you Friday at 10 p.m.
Peace.